Good morning, class. My name is Paul Collins, and I will be presenting on the communication in the nervous system, specifically the anatomy and physiology of the retina. Let's begin. So, of the retina, we have, for this presentation, we're going to introduce the retina, the layers of the retina, rods and cones associated with the retina, visual pathway, the importance of the retina, and conclusion and relevance. So introduction, the role. The role of the retina is it's a thin layer of tissue located in the back of the eye, and it serves as the primary light sensing organ. So here's the retina right here. It converts light rays into electrical signals, which then are sent to the brain. It comprises of multiple cell types and layers, each with its own distinct role in processing visual information. So as you can see, this is the component to the eye. So you have your cornea, your pupil here, your lens of your eye, your iris, your sclera, your conjunctiva, you have your corticoid, your optic nerve, the macula, the retina here, and the vitreous. The layers of the retina. You have your photoreceptor layer, which contains rods and cones cells, which detect light and color respectively. You have your bipolar cell layer, which acts as a relay, transmitting signals from the photoreceptors to the ganglionic cells. And then you have your ganglionic cell layer, which contains neurons whose axons bundle together to form the optic nerve, sending signals to the brain. So as you can see, here's your optic receptor layer right in here. You have your bipolar cell layer, in here, and then you have your ganglionic cell layer right in here. Okay. Rods and cones. Rods are more numerous. They respond to lower light, aiding peripheral and night vision, distributed through the retina but absent in the fovea. Then you have your cones. They're less numerous, sensitive to bright light, and responsible for color vision and fine detail. There are three types that exist of wavelength that detect. So you have your S cones, which are the blue, which are right in here. Your M cones, which are green, which are here. And then you have your L cones, which are red, which are right here. These are highly concentrated in the fovea. Okay, so the fovea is right at the back of the eye, right here. Retina here, like I said. Okay, so that's okay. Visual pathway. So the visual pathway, you have phototransduction. It's the complex biochemical process in the photoreceptors where light energy transforms into electrical signals. Signal integration. You have your horizontal and acromion cells, which process signals, enabling features like contrast enhancement. And then you have your transmission to the brain. The electrical signals passes through the bipolar and ganglionic cells, traveling via the optic nerve to the brain's visual cortex. So as you can see here on this diagram, you visualize the apple. It passes through the lens of the eye. It reflects, hits the back of the eye to the retina. It develops an image. It goes through the optic nerve to the lateral geniculate, and then it goes and you present the image via the visual cortex of the eye. So that's basically the basic component, or the basic pathway in which you develop a visual field. What's the importance of the retina? The retina is important for diagnostic relevance. The retina is the only place in the body where the blood vessels can be observed directly, allowing for early detection of diseases like hypertension and diabetes. They're central to vision. Without a functioning retina, visual information won't reach the brain, leading to blindness. What are some retinal disorders? Some retinal disorders include retinal detachment, macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, and all these can drastically impair vision or cause blindness. So as your age progresses, macular degeneration is more common. So the macula is right here, right in front of the fovea, and macular degeneration eventually won't allow the reflection of the image off the lens to the retina. So the macular degeneration won't allow the reflection, therefore the visual pathway can occur, and you'll start to people will start seeing what they call floaters, which are little black dots in the peripheral vision, and that's because the macula is eroding away basically. And then diabetic retinopathy, that's just when your retina starts diminishing, so you're not able to, the pathway doesn't occur as easily, and you'll start also seeing floaters. And then retinal detachment is just where this completely comes off the back of the eye, and therefore pretty much you'll just see complete or half vision loss of the eye. Conclusion. The retina is a multi-layer structure. It's diverse. It has a diversity of cells, and it's very significant in the visual processing. Understanding the retina's anatomy and physiology is vital for ophthalmologists and neuroscientists and optometrists for diagnostic and treatment. So let's go ahead and look at some other stuff here. Here's a retinal map here. We'll just go through it real quick. So as you can see, the retina, the photoreceptor layer, you have rods which are important for night and peripheral vision, cones which are important for basically during daily or daylight vision. You have your blue, green, and red. Fun fact is most animals do not contain all three components of color. Most dogs only see blue and red. They don't see a green component in their vision. The fovea has a high concentration of cones, so that's the photoreceptor layer. And then you have your bipolar cell layer, which connects photoreceptors to ganglionic cells. They mediate signal transmission. And then you have your ganglionic cell layer, which has axons that form the optic nerve and signals to the brain. And then what's the role and function of the retina? It's a light sensing organ of the eye. It transforms light rays into electrical signals, and it sends signals to the brain for visual perception. Where are some associated cells? They have horizontal cells, which integrate signals from multiple photoreceptor cells. The acromine cells connect and refine the signal between bipolar and ganglionic cells. What are some clinical importance? The potential disorders, it has diagnostic relevance. Some potential disorders include retinal detachment, macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, and the visual outlook at the retina for especially optometrists helps prevent and allows prevention and treatment of multiple disorders. And then for phototransduction, the physiological process, you have phototransduction, which allow light energy to electrical signals, occurs in rods and cones. Signal integration, it's contrast enhancement by horizontal and acromine cells, processing visual features, transmission to the brain via optic nerve, and signals process in the visual cortex. That's pretty much my presentation for today. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, you could message me through the university email. Thank you for your time.